She cut my internet. Because it looked ugly, so I cut her off. Digitally, it was 9:06 a.m. on a Wednesday, and I was seconds away from closing a six-figure client deal over Zoom when my screen suddenly glitched, froze, and died. No Wi-Fi, no backup. No time to recover. My career flashed before my eyes. I yanked off my headset, bolted out the door, and there she was, Linda, dressed like a suburban assassin in a lime green visor, pink Crocs, and wielding garden shears like she was starring in a low-budget horror movie. She stood next to the community's cable post, snipping wires like she was pruning roses. My heart dropped. "Please tell me you didn't," I asked, staring at the freshly severed coaxial cable dangling across my lawn. "Oh, relax, Nathan," she chirped, scrolling her phone like nothing happened. "It was ruining the aesthetic of the neighborhood. You're welcome." Linda wasn't just a neighbor. She was the self-proclaimed enforcer of our HOA's unwritten beauty standards. You know the type. Never elected, always loud, somehow always doing it for the community. Except that ugly wire she cut? That was my entire internet line. My job depended on it. And what she didn't know? I wasn't just a remote worker. I was the senior engineer for the same ISP that served our town. I built this network. The calm. Before the click, I didn't yell. I didn't argue. That would have been her win. Instead, I sent my boss a quick message. Offline. Linda attack. He replied, "Again?" By noon, I'd pulled security cam footage, installation permits, and system diagnostics. I even had timestamps of bandwidth drops. This wasn't just vandalism, it was a direct hit to public infrastructure. But here's the plot twist. Linda's internet ran through the same subnode she just sabotaged. She didn't just cut my cable, she destabilized her own connection. Karma. Meet fiber optics. HOA showdown. At the next HOA meeting, Linda pranced in like a pageant queen, ready to demand a ban on visible wiring. But I came armed with evidence, approval papers, high-res images, and a slow-motion clip of her slicing the cable while humming Taylor Swift. I stood and calmly said, "That's my property. That's a legal line. And that," I pointed at the screen, "is her committing infrastructure damage." Linda snapped. "This is harassment! This is retaliation! He's bullying me because I'm a woman!" The room went cold. Even the HOA president, who usually looked bored out of his mind, leaned forward and asked, "Did you really cut his cable with garden shears?" Linda stood frozen. Her only answer was, "It was pruning." The fallout. I never raised my voice. I just flipped the switch, literally. A week later, our neighborhood received full fiber upgrades. Everyone got gigabit speeds, except one house. Guess whose? Her Ring camera froze. Her smart fridge glitched. She posted angry rants on the community forum like, "Why is my Wi-Fi worse than the airport?" No one answered. Eventually, her calls to customer support were escalated. Guess where they landed? On my desk. I personally booked her service check. When I showed up, she looked like she'd seen a ghost. "You!" she gasped. I smiled. Tier 3 tech support. You requested me. I ran the diagnostics, handed her a violation notice from the ISP, and left her with a $3,200 bill for the damage. The fine wasn't even the worst part. Her house was flagged. She couldn't get upgraded until the violation was resolved. The final blow, Linda didn't give up without a fight. She wrote an email chain titled, digital terrorism against female residents and requested a vote to have me removed from all future service visits. At the emergency meeting, she delivered a shaky monologue about bias, oppression, and digital bullying. When it was my turn, I didn't say much. I just played the video again, showed service logs, and handed over a stack of thank you notes from neighbors. One guy stood up and said, "Linda, we all had crap service. Now it works. You sabotaged it, and you're mad it backfired." The board voted. No action would be taken against me. Linda stormed out without a word. The quiet end. 2 weeks later, a for sale sign showed up on her lawn. No drama. No goodbye. Just gone. The new owners? A sweet young couple who asked for gigabit service on move-in day. I approved the work order myself. As I left, the husband handed me a printed email he found in a drawer. The title? Why I Refuse to Apologize to the Cable Guy. We both laughed. Let's talk about it. This wasn't just about cables or HOA power trips. It was about control, respect, and knowing when a joke crosses the line. Linda thought she was helping. She thought she had the right to override others because of her standards. But actions have consequences, even the pruning kind. So, what do you think? Was I too harsh? Was Linda truly a villain or just a misguided neighbor? And be honest. Where's the line between holding people accountable and going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and hit that bell if you believe silence can be the most powerful response of all.